Welcome back to the Mind Your Business podcast. We are happy to be back. Bart, it's been a little bit, right? We took a little bit of a hiatus, but for good reason. We got brand new mics. We got brand new cameras. We got brand new lights. We got a switchboard that's brand new. We got noises that's coming at you. We got all... There you go.
How do we afford all this stuff?
I don't know. Maybe it's because of our sponsor,
Nelon-Cole. Yeah, exactly. I forgot about those guys.
Yeah, those are some great guys. If you need any pest control, hit them up. They're pretty awesome. One thing I didn't do last week, or the last time that we did the podcast, our very first episode, because it was our first episode, and I was just like geeking out about it, is I forgot to introduce to, and he's not going to have a camera on him, but the main man who makes this all run together, Mr. Allen over there on the switchboard and production. What's up, Allen?
Dun, dun, dun.
There he is. He's the one that gets our mics right. He's the one that gets the cameras right. He's the one that gets the lights right. He's the one that does our makeup for us. My man does it all. My man does it all.
He didn't do my makeup.
You don't need it. You're just that pretty, man.
Some people are naturals.
You're just that pretty. And just here for Coach Will Banks, he was our last, or he was our last guest, but our first guest. He won me over, Mr. Diet Sun Drop. And here it is.
There it is.
There it is, Coach Will Banks. I know that the game didn't go so well. Those Chargers. We'll just leave it at that.
I'm not going to comment.
You're not going to comment?
No.
Yeah, because you picked Shelby.
I picked Shelby. I did.
You picked Shelby. So, yeah. But there's the Diet Sun Drop, Coach Will Banks. I still love you. You were great. You were great, and we appreciate you. And by the way, just so you know, for all you local people out here, because this is a local podcast and we want to reach out to the community, if you want some good wings, go to Shelby High School. Hear me out, Bart.
Okay.
Hear me out. Go to a Shelby High School football on Friday night and get you some wings.
Really?
You will be blown away. It's unbelievable how good
Is this
those
like
wings.
Food truck wings or concession?
Concession stand wings. And let me tell you, at the Shelby High School concession stand, let me just go ahead and throw this out there. Liver mush sandwiches, chicken wings,
No.
bologna. Yes.
Max or Jenkins?
I was going to ask that. Took it right out of my mouth.
It matters.
It does matter.
I don't have all the inside details on that, but I mean, liver mush sandwiches at a football game. Come on.
That's the
High
South.
school football game. That is the South.
It is.
That is the South. We're excited to be back. This is a podcast that it is called Mind Your Business. So we want to talk about people who influence the community. We want to get people involved. We want to make sure you are involved and having fun while we do this because we're having a blast. Bart, you having a blast?
Oh, absolutely.
This is our second episode. We're so excited to be back. The first episode went well. We had a lot of views on it, and we want to get you more involved with this. And by the way, just in case anybody sees this, my little girl, Lily, made this for me. Bart. So I had to sport it. Look, she tells me she's just now in kindergarten, so she's just learning how to do her alphabet numbers and all that stuff. She says, "Daddy, I don't know how you spell your name, but I know it starts with a J." So I got the J, right? I got the J right there. And then as long as I got the hearts, that's all that matters to me. And that's what she gave me. She gave me hearts. So Lily, if you're watching this, I love you. No matter when you're watching this, good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever, twilight, midnight, dusk. We are here, and we got a special guest, Bart. Will you like to introduce him when we get back?
I'm so stoked about this guest. I can't believe he's even here. I mean, he's like a celebrity to me. We'll talk about it when we get back.
That, my folks, is what you call a tease. That's a tease. We'll be right back on Mind Your Business podcast. Stay tuned.
They're everywhere. Your yard, your kitchen, your bedroom. Invading your home and property, spreading disease, and destroying everything in their path. If you don't act, they'll multiply, crawling ever closer to you and your family. The only thing they fear is the web. Nelon-Cole Termite and Pest Control. Call today for their new service special and save $25. Bugs, beware of the web.
Bart, we are back on Mind Your Business podcast. You teased it so well. I'm going to let you introduce our next guest because he is like you said, a celebrity, an idol to you. So here we go. Bart, take it away. Who we got?
We got PGA Tour Caddie Lorcan Morris
What?
from Ireland.
It's great to be here, guys.
Oh, man, what's up?
I can tell you how they can afford this equipment because they were at my house yesterday doing pest control, and they left the invoice on the. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I'll tell you this: it's the best. We have not seen any pests or bugs in our house, so it's worth every dollar.
Awesome.
I love
He said
it.
dollars, not pennies.
It used to be
He didn't
pennies.
say worth every penny. He said worth every dollar.
Oh, man.
That is awesome. Lorcan, just tell us, you are a caddy and have been a caddy. What is a caddy exactly? Like, to the average person watching golf, they just see the players and they see them talking to the caddy, and maybe they don't even know who that is. But
Yeah, so there's two different types of. There's guys that do it like recreationally, I guess you'd call it, where they're working at like Quail Hollow or they're just on a local level Quail Hollow. There's guys that are caddying at the Pinehurst Resort, Charlotte Country Club, places like that, where they're caddying for members day in, day out, and they're caddying for amateur golfers, and they're getting paid by the day, plus tips or whatever. And then there's guys that do it professionally, which is what I do. And so I caddy on the PGA Tour. I've worked for the last 4 years for Robert Garrigus. And I just recently started 5 weeks ago with Michael Jansson from Sweden.
Okay.
On the Champions Tour.
yeah.
Robert's status has run out on the PGA Tour with the revamping and the partnership and the merger with LIV and the new schedule. Robert was looking at playing one tournament between now and Christmas. So that was just not something that I could afford to do. So I just had to go and find something else. So I stayed at home this summer for 5 weeks and tried to figure out what I was going to do. And I got with Michael right after the Senior British Open in July.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. So what does a caddy do? I don't know what a caddy does. A lot of things,
Yeah.
depending on the player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how does a person get to be a caddy? I mean, I know you got an extensive background in golf. You've almost went pro yourself, from what I understand.
Yeah, I played golf. So I played college golf at Wingate University. That's what brought me to North Carolina, 2001 to 2006. And then I met my wife after college, who's from Boiling Springs. So that's why we live here. And then to become a caddy, I mean, there's 78 guys a week on the Champions Tour, 156 on the PGA Tour. And you're going to get 156 different answers, and you're going to get 78 different answers. My road was that I was friends with Laura Davies from England in 2009. I called Laura and I said, I'm done playing professional golf. That was a bad time with the economic recession. There was no sponsors around. I couldn't afford to do it anymore. She was up at the Women's Canadian Open, and she said, if you can meet me next week in Rogers, Arkansas, I will get you your first caddy job.
Wow.
So that's what I did.
Laura Davies?
Yeah.
Wow, she
Yeah,
was
so
huge.
She was big back, and she's still big,
Yeah.
figuratively as well. She's a good. Yeah.
Well, I don't think she's going to be watching
No,
this.
she won't.
hopefully.
Laura's great. She knows it. She's actually Dame Laura Davies now. So yeah, so I met her. I met her in Rogers, Arkansas. I borrowed $1,000 from a friend of mine in Charlotte, Bob Briquette, and I drove to Rogers, Arkansas, and she got me a job with Marissa Baena. I worked for Marissa through the end of that year, and then I started the next year with Sydney Michaels, and that led to seven great years. I stayed with Sydney her whole career. And I
Nice.
still manage Sydney to this day. So Sydney and I have been business partners now for 13 years.
Wow, that's awesome. So
Yeah.
I suck at golf.
Yeah, me too. That's
Yeah.
why I caddy.
My question. That leads into my question. Do you have to be a professional to get a caddy, or can just me, somebody random off the streets who can barely hit the golf ball 20 yards? Can I just go up there and be like, hey, I want a caddy?
Well, Mark
What's up,
Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg is a good friend of mine, and he had us up to Detroit 2 or 3 weeks ago. We've been trying to hook up this thing where with the Wahlberg Foundation, where I was able to go up there. Finally, he's been asking me to go for about 5 years. Finally, able to do it this year, and they put me on the auction block on Sunday night.
Oh, man.
So they had a bunch of rich, very rich amateurs out there. And how much do you think I went for on a Sunday? So they have it. It's nothing. It's a captain's choice tournament on Monday. It means absolutely nothing. But it's A-list celebrities up there, and absolutely like Forbes, like 500 CEOs and all. Have a guess on the Sunday.
Okay, we should all guess.
Let's all guess. I'm going to say A-list caddy right here. Lorcan went for, I'm going to say at least $50K.
$50K.
Wow, I was
way.
going to
Really?
say 10 grand, but
I'm going $50K.
You guys are way out of my
Alan.
league. I'm going $2 grand.
He said 4, top 500, bro.
$180,000.
are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What did you shoot?
Unreal.
What did I didn't play.
Oh, you
I
didn't even
caddied. No,
play.
it was for me to caddy for them the next
Just
day.
a caddy,
Yeah.
$180K.
That is
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
Now, did you get 10% of that?
I wish I got 10%. Yeah.
Alan.
Even if I did, Kimberly got
Yeah, I
100%
missed
of
that
the
one.
10%.
Right.
Alan.
Yeah, 180 grand. But so my theory on that is these guys were going to donate anyway, so it didn't matter. It just kind of made it more fun for everybody there.
That's crazy.
I
Alan,
missed the mark.
listen, 2,000, bro. Again, you don't have a camera, and that's for a reason.
No, and look, that's a lot of money. I can't imagine being able.
Oh
to
man,
throw
that was
around
like not
money
even
like
like that was like not even that was. I mean, they raised $1.9 million in an hour.
That's
Did
all.
anybody go
awesome.
higher than you?
Would go. Oh, no. So I was the only professional caddy there.
Okay.
I just got that because of my relationship with Mark. But
Gotcha.
Yeah, but no, they were offering all kinds of things, man. They had like you could get in the ring and fight and spar with Evander Holyfield. There was
Whoa,
yeah.
really?
Yeah, which if you saw
This
his last
is
fight, I
crazy.
mean, you'd probably win that. So I mean, you can.
Now, Justin,
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this, but Mark Wahlberg, he was in the Funky Bunch.
So his brother's in New Kids on the Block. I found that out because when I posted on social media that I was with him, yeah, a lot of moms were asking me if Donnie Wahlberg was there.
And Donnie's also on Blue Bloods with
Blue Bloods is what he's-
Magnum
yeah.
PI himself,
Yeah.
Tom Selleck.
Yeah,
That's actually a great show. It really is. Mark
Yeah.
Wahlberg, huh? Has he ever invited you to a movie set?
I know Mark Wahlberg has not invited me to a movie set, but that's more because I don't ever really know what he's doing. I have a buddy of mine, Marcelo Tubert, who was a groomsman in my wedding. Marcelo was in Star Trek: The Next Generation. He was the Palestinian Prime Minister on The West Wing.
Whoa.
He did Golden Girls. He did a bunch of stuff. He was actually in Boyne Springs. He stayed at the American when I got married in Flint Hill, right here. Marcelo's had me on several of the things that he does. Rosalie and Isles was one that we were on. Then there was one with Kathy Bates that it's not on
Yeah.
anymore. It was called Harry's Law. Kimberly and I watched that, so I got to go on the set of that.
Wow.
But I mean, I have the contacts. If one that I really want to go to, and I haven't freaking got to do it yet, is Outer Banks.
Oh
My daughter loves that show.
Yeah.
And that's not that far away. That's something we could get in the car and go to. But it's just I haven't followed up on it yet.
Yeah, that's awesome. What's your favorite? I gotta ask, since he's your friend. What's your favorite Mark Wahlberg's movie?
The Fighter, for sure.
The
Oh,
Fighter.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that is a
great.
good
Christian
movie.
Bale.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, well, I
movie.
like boxing, man.
Yeah.
You know, like golf funds my boxing addiction to pay-per-view.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Yeah, that is a great movie. Christian Bale, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So, how many golf professionals have you worked with? How many different ones have you caddied for?
Well, I've caddied on the ladies tour. Well, I guess Marissa for a short period of time. Then I mean, I've had fill-in gigs, but my long-term gigs have been on the ladies tour. Sydney Michaels, 7 straight years. Then on the men's tour, I started off with Robert Dameron was one year.
I remember Robert Dameron.
2000. I actually saw him 2 weeks ago.
Did you really?
First time seeing him in 10 years because he just turned 50 and he played on a sponsored invite in Sioux Falls. Robert was great to me and Kimberly. And then from there, then I worked. I was back with Sydney, and then I worked with Ryan Brem.
Okay.
And I worked with Ryan for 3 years, and then I was with Robert Garrigus and now Janssen. So
I
not
thought
too
you
many.
went with Bill Haas for a little bit.
Bill Haas was a very small temporary fill-in.
Okay.
Yeah. The personalities were not gelling. He's very quiet.
Is
I'm
he really?
not. Yeah.
Right.
Do you
Yeah.
prefer?
But he's a great dude.
Do you prefer to work with men or women?
I preferred working on the men's tour.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a lot easier.
really.
Yeah. Women, you're married?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I hope now that she's not watching this. I got you. I got you.
I mean, when you're playing with, or when you're caddying with your player, and say he hits a shot, You ever think, man, just give me the club, you carry the bag, let me hit it?
Hopefully not for long. If I start thinking like that long term, then yeah, well, the relationship's probably going to be over.
Yeah,
But,
right.
No, but I think that's actually, I'm a way better golfer now than I ever was when I was playing and practicing all the time, because you see
Really?
by far the mistakes that the guys make on a day in and day out. I mean, you just see it. So when you're playing,
So it just
yourself,
come with age, you get wiser
I think,
and smarter.
Yeah, I
and-
think you just think better. Like I see shots that I would get really mad over. You just realize that the top guys in the world are hitting these shots, and you just need to move on. Like when I was young and playing and practicing all the time, and golf was everything. If I hit a bad shot, like I'd be really focused on why I hit that bad shot. They don't focus on that. They just focus on the next shot. As cliche as that is, in every interview they say, "I'm just focusing on one shot at a time." That's what they're doing.
Well, I notice when we watch it on TV, I mean, obviously you're watching the guy who's playing the best, who's on his game, who's standing up there feeling like he can't miss. But you also see these guys that hit it everywhere, and you think, how do they score what they score? It's like, you're right, it's how they recover.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think, man, I could hit the ball in the fairway more than this guy does,
Yeah.
but Phil can knock it on the green, and I never could even get it out of the rough from
Yeah.
where he's at, you know?
Well, I had 3 very successful years with Ryan Brown. Ryan was statistically the longest player in the world when I worked for him, and we would shake guys' hands on the first tee and not see them again until the end of the day. We would hit it all over that golf course, but we'd find it.
That's
Right.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Probably the most prestige as far as in America, golf courses is Augusta, right?
I'd actually disagree with that. I think it's Cypress Point.
Really?
Yes,
Wow.
100%. And we had this conversation. I just come back from Cyprus. Actually, we were there last week. I know. I'm
Augusta gets all the attention, I guess.
I know 70 guys that have played Augusta, and I know 3 people that have been inside the gates of Cypress Point, and I know
Wow.
one person that has played Cypress Point. So
Wow.
that's what I think Cypress Point.
Wow.
And Cypress Point is completely unpretentious. Have you ever been out there or seen it? So you're going on 17-mile drive. It's just a road out there in Pebble Beach, and it literally, there's a sign, like a 2x2, says Cypress Point Golf Club members only, and there's an arrow. There's no gate, no nothing. And it's a little 2-story clubhouse on the Pacific Ocean.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I think it's the most prestigious golf course in the world.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Really?
That's a shock to me.
Yeah.
I mean, how much
But
Augusta
I
gets
could be
talked
wrong.
about.
Well, I think Augusta, like obviously Cypress Point doesn't have the history,
Right.
and all that. If I could play any golf course in the world, it's going to be Augusta National.
Yeah.
But I think that Cypress Point is the most prestigious.
Have you ever walked or played Augusta?
I've walked it, yeah. Yeah, I actually made Kimberly walk it when she was
Really?
5 months pregnant with her son. Yeah, yeah, we followed. Yeah,
But she loved that.
Well, I made her follow this 6 foot tall, 150-pound amateur that wore Ben Hogan hat, and she's like, "Why are we following this amateur?" And I said, "He's going to be really good one day." His name was Bryson DeChambeau.
Really?
I just knew,
Wow.
just knew, and we knew obviously he was coming up through the ranks. So yeah, I knew-
People don't realize it because TV doesn't do it justice, but
The
Augusta's one of the
elevation change.
hilliest courses you'll
unbelievable.
ever walk.
Unbelievable.
Yep.
Yeah.
You'll be wore out in
Yeah.
the day just walking.
Yeah, you have to. It has to be seen to be believed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bart, have you ever been to Augusta?
Yeah, I've been 4 or 5 times.
Wow, I've never been. I've always wanted to go.
Yeah.
I've never been. So
But now in high school, the first time I went, I was 16 years old. You could walk up to the gate at Augusta, hand them a $20 bill, and you just walk right in. There was no badges, no nothing. They'd put a bracelet, I think, around your wrist, and you could get autographs in the practice rounds while the guys were walking off the greens. I remember I got Fuzzy Zeller's autograph, I had Phil's autograph, I had Jack's autograph, a bunch of people's autographs. But now you can.
I hate the new rules, and
Yeah,
the 99% of the players do too.
Yeah.
It's and they're not sticking to it because it's so ridiculous. Who are you? Who's the PGA Tour to tell us who we can and can't sign for? We work for ourselves. That's the way that we look at it.
yeah.
But even
terrible.
to get a ticket for a practice round, you got to be in a lottery system.
lottery, yeah.
If you buy one off of eBay, it's $500 for a Monday practice round.
Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
I
what
don't
it
even
costs.
think 500 is not even going to get you a full day.
No.
Probably get you a half a day.
Yeah,
you have
probably.
To, you have to
Wow.
come back out at 1 o'clock
yeah,
and give it away.
it's
to the next
crazy.
guy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who would you say the most fun you've had caddying for?
The most fun I've had caddying.
Just relax and I mean, obviously it's the job and they're
I mean,
playing.
I did, like I said, I did 7 years at Sydney Michaels. We won twice together, and somebody actually filled in for her 3 weeks ago in Cincinnati. She needed somebody for a week, so I'll try to do that every once in a while because I'm still her business manager. And a guy asked us that in the pro-am. he asked her, what was the biggest fight that you guys have ever had? And we've never had an argument on the golf course, never once.
Wow.
We've had the time of our lives, and I think that's why we have such a successful partnership.
Yeah.
So I'd say any day that I've been with Sydney on the golf course has been pretty
Nice.
freaking awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What all do you do to help your golfer to prepare? I mean, I know there's so much more you do for them just besides carrying the bag. I mean,
Yeah, it's different things for different guys. Like, so Michael, who I'm working for right now, one of the things with Michael is that we absolutely, in any of our practice rounds, that we don't play any golf balls that are marked. Marked means every player, they'll say I'm playing a Titleist 2 with a red spot. So when we play our practice rounds, that we are playing with blank golf balls and not to let them hit any that are marked.
that way,
That way, in the tournament, when we go there in the tournament, that we can't play the wrong
That's
golf
smart.
ball. So, because these guys are very, very good. So, if their miss is predominantly the same. So, if we miss one in the practice round, then we miss one in the tournament on the same golf course, they're probably going to be within the same area. So, if we don't find it, so that's one of the
never
things.
thought about that.
Yeah. So
Wow.
that's one of the
Yeah.
things with Michael. With Robert, it was with Garrigus, it was simple. You just needed to make sure there was water in the bag. That was really water in the bag and 14 clubs, and off you go.
Now, do you put anything in the bag for you? I mean, you put your own water in there?
Yeah, I put my own stuff in there, and then every 6 holes usually on tour, there's a tent where we can go in and get whatever you want to eat.
Okay.
Bag of nachos. Yeah.
Yeah.
How much does a
Chili
golf bag
Fritos.
weigh? Because it looks like it's awfully heavy.
Yeah,
Those
so
big staff bags.
They can usually. I try to keep it about 50 pounds, but when it's fully
50 pounds?
when it's fully loaded, it'll be about 80.
Golly.
Yeah.
So you're
80
lugging
pounds.
80 pounds for
Just
3 miles, basically.
I'm just a horseman.
That's why.
Yeah, you look,
Hoss,
exactly.
man. Man is a
for sure.
hoss.
No, but I try to be fair. Like and any of my buddies around here who know me well, like they'll testify. I'm trained 6 days a week, 2 hours a day in the gym. I train like a professional athlete.
Well, I figure you would have to be.
No, 100%.
Yeah. You have to be in good shape
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, no, I train as hard as I can.
The way he describes it, I think the caddy has to be in better shape than the golfer.
Yeah, exactly.
No
Yeah.
doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, you can put it on the poll, Alan, and this might make
poll.
this might make our guests mad. But is golf? Are golfers athletes?
100%.
Oh.
Now they are.
Yes.
Yeah. Back in the day, they were not, but they
Right.
definitely
John
are.
Daly, right?
Yeah.
I mean, my man. How many? Did you ever meet John Daly?
I know John very well.
How many,
Actually, yeah.
how many beers can he drink in a day?
how many do you want him to drink?
I see all these TikTok videos of John now
Love it.
hitting golf balls off of beer cans, and he's talking to his buddies, talking junk to them, saying "Welcome to Earth, aliens,"
Yeah.
and how far he hits the ball.
No, it's awesome. He's the best. Did you guys see that he flipped his golf cart in South Dakota?
no.
Yeah, two weeks ago in the tournament. And the best part is, so that the week that we were in South Dakota, in Sioux Falls, 2 weeks ago, we the caddy bibs every week. So we'll wear, like, if we play in Charlotte, it says Wells Fargo on the front.
Yeah.
So for some reason in South Dakota, on the back of the bibs, it said drivesafesouthdakota.com. That was the sponsor. So if you go online and look at John Daly golf cart flip
great.
South Dakota, you'll see his caddy standing there with the bib on, and on the back it says Daly, and then it says drivesafesouthdakota.com.
That is awesome.
You couldn't make it up.
You can't make
It's
that up.
unbelievable.
That is an awesome story.
And when he flipped his golf cart, I got a million text messages. Did you see what Daly did? Blah, blah. And I'm like, it's not what you think it is. I was like, that is a tiny hill. And he got off the cart, and apparently the brake gave way while he was on the putting green, and the cart rolled down and flipped. So for the
So no alcohol was involved.
first
at that
time
point.
in 30 years that he didn't do anything wrong, and he's still getting
They
blamed.
still get blamed for it. Man, that is an awesome story. I'm going on YouTube and,
Oh, you
and
need to
watching
watch
that.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely watching that after
Yeah.
this.
It's
I've
just 2 weeks
seen-
ago.
I seen Daly down at the Masters on a practice round. I remember he was on number 10. He walked up the tee with a cigarette in his mouth. He hit 3 balls, never took the cigarette out of his mouth, and it was just dangling there the whole time he was hitting shots.
Yeah.
And he just kept on walking.
He's the best of the best, man. What you see is what you get.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
He's a good
Great.
guy.
The best. Like he said, he's never going to be on a Ryder Cup team unless he's captain and can pick himself. That's what he said.
That's awesome.
Hey, but he won the British Open.
Hey, he won more than that. He won the
Yeah,
PGA as well.
He won a lot.
Yeah, he won 2 majors.
Yep.
Yeah,
Wow.
the list of guys that have won 1 major is obviously it's short, but I mean it's relatively long. And the list of guys that have won more than 1 major is very short.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think
you-
he's very underrated.
Yeah, so you live here, obviously in Bowling Springs. You said that already. How does a guy from Ireland end up in bubbling waters, is what we call it here in the South?
I love it here, man. So married a girl from here, Kimberly, and we were living in Charlotte. We had a townhome there on South Tryon Street, and we were living there with our little girl. And then she got pregnant with a little boy who's now 7, so 7 years ago. Actually, just turned 7 July 30th, Fergus. So we sold our townhome because the price of daycare in Charlotte was astronomical.
Right.
I can
There's a
imagine.
home on Maple Springs Church Road that
Yeah.
we have always wanted to live in. Bart's actually
Yep,
been
I
there.
have been there.
He's been in my golf room.
I have. It's awesome, too.
Yeah, it's way better now.
Is it really?
Yeah, because we got more stuff out.
I was in there like
Yeah.
30 minutes just looking around
So,
all the cool stuff.
We
Man, it's
we
so
rode
awesome.
past that house every day for years, and Kimberly, that house was in Kimberly's family. That was on that exact piece of land is where my mother-in-law was born and where Kimberly's grandparents lived. And Kimberly always would like to have had that house back in the family, but it was out of the family since the mid 2000s. And we always said if that house came on the market that we were going to buy it, so it came on the market and we bought it.
Nice.
And we moved here, yeah. So we got
And here
12,
you are.
12 acres, and it's
To the big
we
city.
love it. It's awesome.
That
No,
is
I
awesome.
love living here, man. I have to say, I really do, because we go to big cities every week,
Right.
one majority of the time. Or we're definitely dealing with crowds, and this is my favorite place to come home to.
Just coming back to us, kind of a slowdown.
It's awesome.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
My favorite thing to do is, obviously, if I'm not spending time with the kids and Kimberly, is belly up at the vintage dog.
Vintage dog getting a shout
Vintage
out.
dog.
It's
That-
awesome, dude. If you haven't been in there,
Yeah.
it's,
Oh, it is awesome.
it's so
You're right.
great.
Yeah,
it's
is.
cheers, man. Everybody knows everybody.
That
And
is.
it's,
Yeah.
it's
It is.
karaoke
Yeah.
night
And
tonight
it's-
as of this taping.
Is it karaoke night
Yeah, so
tonight?
we can all leave and we can go
Yeah.
sing.
Wow.
Yeah.
And Justin, you can sing some Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
There you go. Yeah.
Back to that.
Yeah.
A little bit before my time. A little bit.
Lorcan, a while ago, you mentioned the LIV Tour. What's all the big fuss and turmoil about the LIV Tour? Because from what I understand, it gives golfers a chance now, for lack of a better term, free agency. Say I played professional football. I wanted to be a free agent. I mean, I could go to 32 different teams and play football. So what's the big deal about having 2 tours? I mean, why is that causing so much division? Is it
I
just
think
because
that the media is the one that's causing the division.
Yeah.
I don't think there's no player outside of Rory McIlroy or Tiger Woods, in my opinion, that negotiated with LIV Golf that didn't go. Like,
Okay.
you know what I mean? So if you didn't go to LIV, I mean, as Robert Garrigan said on the podcast, you're an idiot. Because why
Well,
would
is
you
it-
not go?
Is it just because
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, the money.
The money
the
is
money
insane.
that's there
The
is
money ridiculous.
unbelievable.
It's
Yeah.
unbelievable. I just had this conversation with somebody today. Everybody has morals, but like at some point, so if you're making, at some point your morals have to stop,
Morals are
right?
for sale.
No, but seriously, if you're making, so the best, so a guy that's finishing 50th on the FedEx Cup is making $3 million a year, and LIV come and they say, hey, we'll give you 30 if you sign with us, and then you're going to play for 20 every week. Why are you not going to do that?
Yeah, because
You're
you'll
going
have
from
to
making
win, 15 tournaments.
$3 million a year, which is a total grind on the PGA Tour.
Yeah.
To a guaranteed 30 up front.
Just
and
for
then-
signing your name.
Just for signing your
Yeah.
name. 10
Yeah.
years of grinding and turning your head grey. You can just have it in an instant. Harold Varner said it. I've got a family and I love money, and that's why I'm going.
You know, I like that guy, Harold Varner.
He's great.
He's a good one.
Harold used to caddy for me. How about that?
Really?
When I was playing mini tours.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, sure did. I used to pick him up on the side of 85. 'Cause
Well,
he-
is it,
That's true. He
is
wouldn't,
it-
he wouldn't tell me where he lived. I mean, he used to make me pick him up on the side of 85.
Where you live? Ah, man, I ain't telling you that.
Right on an exit.
Just picking
Yeah.
up at exit 21.
No, that's right. He would pick, that's right. Pick him up.
We're buds and all, but
one
I ain't
of the
telling you
exits.
where I
He's-
live, right?
He's
That's
great.
Well, I mean, do you
I think
it's
he's doing me a favor because he's from a bad part of Gaston
yeah,
County, and
yeah.
he'll tell you that himself.
do you think it's good for the game to have 2 tours?
I don't think that it's good for the game to have 2 tours. I think they definitely need to come together, but I think that the PGA Tour they've definitely improved their product.
They have. I saw
Yeah.
that a lot higher purses now.
Yeah, well,
than
not
ever
only
was.
that, even from a caddying standpoint, before we had no benefits or nothing, and now if we pay our health insurance, each month. At the end of the year, if we receipt the PGA Tour, they'll give us a check then for the amount of money that we paid for our entire family.
Really?
Yeah, so
Wow,
they've
great.
definitely stepped up their game in that. But they're
Awesome.
trying to cut the legs out of guys like Robert, unfortunately. So that's why I'm with Michael Johnson right now, because the PGA Tour have done away basically with the past champions category. So there's pluses and minuses. But I think it's bad that golf is split, because we would like to be competing against the best guys in the world every single week.
Well, do you think the LIV got the bad rep just because of where the money supposedly is coming from?
Well, I think the LIV thing is a lot deeper than about money. It's more to do with Greg. It goes back 25, 30 years with Greg Norman and Tim Fincham.
Just their little feud between them?
Greg went to Tim Fincham, and he said he had an idea of having about 4 tournaments a year where the best players in the world outside the majors, they came together and they played together, and there was no cut. And Tim Fincham said that was a stupid idea, and Norman said, I think it's a great idea, and Fincham said it's stupid, it'll never work. And then 5 years later, the World Golf Championships emerged, which is 4 tournaments a year with no cut, with the best players in the world coming together, and Norman got cut out of it. So I think that the LIV thing was Norman's way of getting back at the PGA Tour.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure he succeeded successfully.
Yeah, he's definitely
for
succeeded.
sure.
Yeah. He definitely annoyed a lot of people.
Yeah.
Who are some of the biggest names that you have maybe not caddied or just been a part of, other than Mark Wahlberg? I mean, you've thrown out some names already. Like, who's some of the biggest celebrities that you've met because of your background in golf?
Every living U.S. president.
Are you serious?
That would be, I mean, it doesn't get any bigger
So
than
you've
that.
met Trump? You've met Obama?
Trump I've met many times.
Really?
Oh, many, many times. Trump I met many times before he was president.
Reagan?
No, Reagan's dead. I
Reagan
said every
is not
living U.S.
living.
president.
Living. That's the key word.
You have
That's
a
the key word.
news flash
You
for
got
Bart.
it. You got
Well, I
it.
knew, but I thought maybe he'd been here long enough to meet
Yeah, me and
Reagan.
Lincoln, we were close.
Until that one night at the theater.
Bart, you have to pay attention to keywords, man.
Keywords mean
He probably
everything.
didn't understand it was the heavy Irish accent that got him every time.
I thought you were from Mooresboro.
Yeah, I just got to slow it down, man, and talk like I'm from here.
Maple Springs Church Road.
Yeah.
Can you talk like that the rest of the?
I will, man. Anything you want, man. No problem, man. Yeah.
It's so great.
Can I get some dip?
We just pissed
Give
off
this man
everybody in
some
Mooresboro.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
I just spit everywhere too.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Oh man,
Hey, every guest on here has to do an Irish accent from now on.
that's
There
true.
you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm for
Yes.
that.
Yes.
Unless they're not from here, then
I
they
think
don't
it
have
needs
to
to
do
start
it.
with Justin. Justin, your next question needs to be in the style of an Irishman.
I can't. I'm not even going to try. It's going to be so bad.
This is the politest podcast I've ever been on, just so you guys know that.
Really?
Oh, it's great. Yeah.
I do have a question. Is your favorite cereal Lucky Charms?
Nobody's. Yeah. It is. Yeah. Nobody's ever asked me that before.
Have
Yeah.
they not?
Yeah.
No.
Nobody's ever asked me, do you take showers in Irish Spring?
I missed my chance.
Hey, so I will tell you a funny
That's
story.
even better.
So
That is better.
Brett Bridges, who's a very good friend of mine, is his son Matt played baseball at East Carolina, and Brett played at Gardner Webb. We were at the Vintage Dog on St. Patrick's Day a couple of years ago, and I was in there, and it was rammed out the door. And me and Brett are up at the bar ordering drinks, and the bartender said, "Do you want green beer?" And I said, "I'm the only in here that doesn't need green beer." Yeah.
I love it. I love it. That's awesome.
See, it's a polite podcast, so I held my tongue.
You did hold your tongue. I mean, we have to bleep, don't we?
Oh yeah, we can
We can bleep, man. Let it rip.
Yeah,
That's what I say.
we can put the bleep in there, but
Let it rip. I love it.
I charge $5 per bleep.
$5.
I don't have any money left after I paid my Nelon-Cole bill yesterday.
Oh, man. Lordy's just ripping everybody.
Ripping everybody.
This man plays no favorites.
Hey, but we haven't seen any bugs, so it works.
It works.
Yeah.
It works.
Best in the business.
That's right.
$1 per bug.
Lorcan, what's the most useful skill for caddies to have to help their golfer, you think? I mean,
Being on time.
really?
Yeah, easily. Being on time, being organized, and being in shape, being ready to go, and being prepared. Yeah.
What do you do to get your golfer ready mentally? Say if he missed a cut one week and next week he's going back out, and I mean, you have to be a psychiatrist sometimes.
Yeah,
or-
sometimes you do. I mean, it all depends on the scenario. Like, It's like, so last year, Robert and I, we missed a cut at Wells Fargo. They moved it last year because of the President's Cup, so we played it at Avenel in Washington, D.C. We missed the cut by a mile, but Friday afternoon is when we played, and the temperature, it started pouring rain about midday, and the temperature dropped down to about 40 degrees. And I think only 3 people from our wave made the cut. So in a week like that, there's nothing.
Yeah.
There's nothing. I mean, you're on the bad side of the draw. What can you do? Go home and regroup. There's nothing to do. But equally well, last year in Reno, we played very, very well for 2 days, really well. And we stood in the middle. We hadn't made a single putt in 2 days. We played great, just made nothing. And we stand in the middle of the 9th fairway, which is our 18th hole on Friday, with like 103 yards to the hole. And we hit a gap wedge, and we just come up 1 yard short and went in the bunker. And we missed a cut there. And in weeks like that, you're just like, man, you're playing great, dude. So just can't change anything and just got to go on. And
Right.
so there's those kind of ways. And then there's other weeks where you're just terrible.
Yeah.
Right. You can't really.
So
And those, but like that kind that goes with the bad weather, you just don't talk about it. Basically, I mean, you got to have the memory span of a fish to be successful in the PGA Tour.
Yeah.
So how many hours do you put in a normal week outside of the tournament play? I mean, I know you walk courses, get yardage.
Yeah, that's a great question, man. So normally it would start off with I try to get there on Mondays and do 9 holes on Monday. Even if I've never seen the golf course before, it's going to take me about 4 hours to do 9 holes.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, do you get to play it yourself?
No,
or-
you don't get to play it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it would take me 6 hours. No, we do. So I'm checking all the runouts off the tees, making sure where the numbers in the book are right, checking the carry numbers over the bunkers, checking which side of the fairway the rough is, if it's the same on both sides, checking the lengths of the greens, checking the paces to the undulations on the greens, the ridges on the greens. If I've never been somewhere before, like I said, it takes me about 4 hours. If I've been somewhere before, it takes me about an hour.
Okay.
Wow.
So you could put 40 hours in before tournament even starts.
Oh, easily you could, especially on a major championship.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
Major championships are huge. I try to walk the golf course every day in a major championship. I try to do 9 holes. So I'm doing 9. Usually try to do 18 on Monday in a major, 9 Tuesday and 9 Wednesday. So I would have already seen I've seen the golf course twice myself before it starts on Thursday, and then hopefully 2 more times with the player, because we don't have pro-ams in majors. So we'll usually do 9 Monday, 18 Tuesday, and 9 Wednesday.
Wow.
So,
So if your guy's on the range at 5 a.m., you're on the range with him at 5
Oh yeah,
a.m.
100%.
yeah, he's there
Yeah.
at 4:30, buddy.
Yeah, no, pretty much. You're right. You're
Lombardi
not
time,
wrong.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you talk about all the preparation, and golf is such a mental game, and I don't think people really appreciate the mental aspect that golf is. But I gotta know, man, like, what is in the little book that y'all are
I
always
should
carrying?
have brought one. And then
You
could've
should have
looked.
brought one.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, that'd been so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, but there are all kinds of information. Yeah, tons and tons of information. The wind, our tee time, where the slopes are on the greens, where not to hit it, where to hit it, where the rough is bad, where the rough is not bad. I mean, pretty much everything's in there.
So everything pretty much about the course,
Yeah,
and,
on
what,
each-
and,
on
and the
each
day,
hole.
and the day that you're facing,
Yeah.
and what that kind of looks like for each hole.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
Well,
Yeah.
I noticed you've got a book, the players normally got a book. Do your books say the same thing, or is his just one thing and yours is the other?
His is usually blank because he hasn't went out and walked the golf course. He's usually
So he's just
relying
doing
on
that for TV.
relying on me. Yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah, Robert. Yeah, Garrigus didn't carry a book, so that was great because he didn't ever doubt anything I told him because he couldn't, because he didn't have a book.
He didn't
so-
have a book.
Yeah.
The other thing that I love, like watching it on TV, is sometimes the mics, the hot mics, pick up the kind of communication
Oh,
between
yeah,
the
it's
caddy.
awesome, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
love that.
it's
And
fun.
I think a lot of people love that aspect of sports. They want to know like the inside stuff. Like people want to know what is said in a halftime locker room or at the end of the game. Stuff like that. Is there so we get kind of the hot mic talking about what club to use, what shot to take here in this moment. Is there stuff that we don't hear, like it's just shooting the breeze? Like we're just,
of course there is.
yeah.
Yeah,
Is
definitely.
there trash talking between golfers?
Well, we played with Tiger on the Saturday in Torrey Pines, and we got on the first stage. First time I'd been paired with him, only time. There was 20,000 people on this hole, and I said, "Tiger, come here. Can you believe this many people have shown up to watch me caddy today?" And he just thought that was the funniest.
That is
Yeah,
awesome.
I mean, it just breaks the ice.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, that's awesome.
there's all kinds of trash talking and
What's the worst thing you've heard? Get the bleep ready.
Yeah, no.
$1.
You know, I don't know. There's a lot of
Who's some of the biggest trash talkers on the tour?
the biggest.
John Daly.
Daly's funny. He says some good stuff. Yeah, there's some funny guys out there. Garrigus is great. He'll tell guys as it is. He'll tell you that too. You should listen to some of his podcasts and keep your hand on the bleep button. You don't need it. Yeah.
That's awesome. I gotta no. You're not going to dodge the question. You got to tell me what's the worst that you have heard.
I
Get
don't
the
know,
bleep
man.
ready.
No, I don't really know what the worst is. I've heard some.
Have you ever talked trash to the other golfer?
No, I try to not do that.
You just
Have you ever thought anybody was going to get in a fight out there? I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you guys are. It's very public knowledge about the cheating that's going on in golf that's been rampant in the last few years, with especially on the ladies tour with the Koreans, and then on the men's tour with
I heard about the Koreans.
with Patrick Reed. And
What's going on with that?
For those of us who don't know,
there's just it's just bad stuff. I mean, it's all on YouTube. It's not my opinion.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just factual. It's happening. You know,
Wow.
the cheating in golf, unfortunately, in the last few years has ramped way up, and
Well,
it is what it is. Patrick Reed is. I mean, give me a break, dude. I don't understand why you would do some of the stuff that he's done. And I really liked him before all this stuff happened.
Well, after he won the Masters, he got that sweet car that had the green.
It
And
was wrecked. It was totaled.
And he totaled it. I saw that where he totaled his car. This was what a several $100,000 car.
Yeah.
A Ferrari or a Porsche or something.
It was a Porsche, I think it was. Yeah.
And it was painted green like Augusta, had yellow wheel. I mean, this thing, he
Sweet.
totaled it.
Totaled it.
Like, he didn't even have it a month, I don't think.
Yeah, no, it was bad. And it was terrible. Yeah.
So my cheating would be I'm going to hit the golf ball and then I'm going to pick it up and throw it because I can throw it farther than I can hit it.
That's funny. Yeah.
So that's my cheating.
Oh, we had a talk about that last week at Pebble Beach. The seventh hole there, it looks, if you've ever been out there, it's like 90 yards from the back tees. You can throw it on the green. And Steve Backley is a British gold medal Olympic winning javelin thrower. Oh, wow. And Michael said played in Europe. And Steve Backley threw a golf ball 130 yards.
That is
like, I don't know if
crazy.
you guys, if that's comprehensible to anybody that's listening to this,
insane.
but people will be like, oh, 130 yards is not that far. You should try and throw a golf ball 130 yards.
Yeah, I
It
guarantee
is
it.
unbelievable.
That is unbelievable.
Yeah.
That is crazy. 130 yards is
Yeah.
That's
And that's
crazy.
what he said. He said it made a noise when he threw it. Yeah,
I can
that
imagine.
It was like a hit, like a golf shot. That was because when you hit a golf shot, it makes a noise through the air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's funny to me? People who play baseball as compared to golf, they think when they hit a baseball out of the park, they're hitting it, miles. But they don't realize, 300 feet is only 100 yards.
Oh, is that all it is?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. I've
And-
only been to one baseball game. I couldn't tell how far it was.
Yeah. So when you
Yeah.
hit a golf ball 300 yards, you're hitting a baseball like 900 feet. There's no comparison to how far you can hit it.
That is true.
Yeah.
But the baseball is coming at 90 miles an hour at your face.
That's true.
now there you go, a golf where they throw the golf ball at you and you have to hit it.
I got in the batting cage at Challenger 3, and I'd never swung a baseball bat before. And I'm, being the competitive athlete that I am, I put it on the highest setting.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
How did that go?
And not very well. It went really well for the baseball.
Did you make any contact?
No,
at all?
I didn't need
Yeah.
no contact at all. Not good.
So some of the fun things about golf is just, I think is kind of fun is how quiet everybody just gets before the shot. Right? It's just silence.
And not on the LIV Tour.
No, they play music and everything.
So
don't they?
that's the cool thing that I think that LIV brings to the tournament is just the rowdiness. Like,
So last week at Pebble, Michael and I, we went to Laguna Seca on Thursday afternoon. Laguna Seca is the racetrack there in Monterey.
Yeah.
And they're racing Porsches last week. And we went. There's a famous Gran Turismo. Is that a computer game you guys have?
Yeah,
Say
yeah,
it,
yeah.
Yes.
So that was like the famous track on it because I did a Facebook Live video and people were like, "Oh, I played or I raced on that on Gran Turismo at the Corkscrew," and that's where I was Facebook Living from. And I said, "I'm doing Facebook Live from the Corkscrew because I want to see a wreck." And I was 30 seconds later, and a Porsche came around and just totaled right in front of us, which is awesome. And it's on my Facebook. You guys can go and look at it.
Definitely checking that out, too.
Michael turned around and he said to me, "You know what, man? It doesn't matter what we do with golf. It's never going to be this cool." And it's so true. It's just never going to create that excitement.
so that's the thing. Like, I would love on like the tour championship, right? Buddy putt coming down to win it. And just the crowd is going crazy.
Like
on
when
a
Tiger
free
won it
throw.
a few years ago and they all got on the fairway. Do you remember
Yeah.
that right
Yeah.
behind
Yes.
them? Yeah, I think it should be more like that.
I do too. I think that would make golf more watchable on TV, because it's one thing watching it on TV instead of just going to the course. I went to watch Quail Hollow, and that was an awesome experience, just to walk the course, watch the players play, that kind of thing. But watching it on TV, I mean, you add that little drama filled, people going crazy on a birdie putt. I
The
mean,
16th hole of Phoenix is quite incredible.
Yeah, that is cool. That's a cool scene.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah,
cool
wouldn't it be funny if, how everybody's screaming when they're trying to kick a field goal in the last minute, they're behind them.
Yeah.
If they were over a putt, trying to make everybody's like, woo!
I mean,
There's
it's
no
going
chance.
crazy.
Yeah.
Just going crazy. The other thing that
That's what
would,
we need.
this is why I couldn't be a pro golfer. One, because I suck. I would kill somebody on the driving.
I think about that
drive.
all the time when
Like-
you guys are up there hitting. I mean, I thought if it was me, get back.
Yeah.
Y'all get the heck back.
Do the players ever talk about, or you, like, do y'all ever think, like, I could literally kill somebody right now?
This is a way better question than I thought I was going to get it asked.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to get asked, tell us about a time your player hit somebody. Yeah, we do think that, and we do hit them all the time. I have seen some bad stuff on the golf course. Yeah.
Take this 5-iron
Yeah.
and hit that guy right there over the head with
Yeah,
it.
we try not to hit them, but yeah, we've hit plenty of people. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen a few people get hit too,
Yeah.
especially at Augusta.
Like, right up there, though? Like, right there?
Well, maybe not right off the tee, but I've seen a
Because
lot of them get
I
hit
feel
on
like if somebody gets hit there,
it's gonna be a bad
like,
day.
they're canceling the tournament.
It's bad.
Because somebody died.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that. It's,
We had a
That would get
tournament
the viewers.
about 4 or 5 years ago in Avenel in Washington, D.C. We had 3 people die in 1 week on a golf course.
What?
3. Yeah.
by getting hit by golf
No,
balls.
we had one marshal had a cardiac arrest on the golf course. Another marshal went to their car to take a break and fell asleep in their car and died of heat exhaustion. And then another marshal was riding along in a golf cart and didn't see the rope and went underneath the rope and cut their head off.
Wow.
Three times in 1 week.
Oh
Yeah.
crap!
And
In
the
a
tournament,
PGA Tour
and the
event.
tournament didn't get canceled.
Decrapitated.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Yeah.
He said the tournament didn't get canceled. It just kept going.
Nothing to see here. Keep moving. Wait, no,
Oh, my
you're missing the good one, Justin. Did anybody take a wood and hit the head?
I wasn't going to go there.
Yeah.
Oh gosh!
And you know, I'm a fireman and an EMT now, so I took a pledge, so I gotta deal with that stuff.
You do
when it
have to deal with that
happens.
stuff.
Yeah.
First
Oh, man.
responder here. That is a cool
Allegedly.
thing too. That is a cool thing, and that we appreciate. That we want to make mention here. You are a first responder, so I mean,
Thanks.
obviously, that
Yeah, it's
we
awesome.
appreciate that.
Yeah,
that's
it's great.
awesome.
What do you think the hardest thing is about being a caddy on the tour?
Oh, being away from your family and your friends, no doubt about it. Yeah,
Yeah, I guess
tell
there's a lot
people.
of solitude.
I mentioned earlier my buddy Marcelo Tubert, who's an actor, and he told me one time that I act for free and they pay me to be away from my family, and I feel the same way. I feel like a caddy for free and they pay me to be away.
Wow.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's real, right
yeah.
there.
How in the world? You've talked about a lot of celebrities. How in the world do you get from this extreme to this extreme with knowing Buster Douglas?
He's coming here in a few weeks' time.
I know,
Yes.
and we're going to talk about that because
Yeah.
we want him on this podcast. So you need to
Oh,
hook us
yeah,
up
we
with
should
that.
do that.
The Buster Douglas.
Oh yeah, we'll do it.
The one who knocked out Mike Tyson.
Yeah, we'll get him in.
Tyson.
We'll definitely get him in here, but it might not.
Are you
be,
serious?
It might not.
No,
It,
No,
might
that's
not. It
another
would.
Buster Douglas.
It would have to be on the. It would have to be on the night that he's here. So not like on a
Right.
whatever night we're in. Yeah.
Oh, we can make that
Yeah,
happen.
yeah, we'll do it.
Alan.
Yeah, we should do
So
that.
how did you get to meet Buster Douglas? I mean, what's
do you
the
want me to
history
do?
here? I know you said you love boxing.
Oh yeah, I do. I love boxing. Well,
Have you ever sparred with Buster?
no, I haven't started. Yeah. We were in Columbus, Ohio, and yeah, I just kind of made it. The first time that I went to Columbus, I just kind of made it my mission that I was going to find Buster that week, and make it my mission to introduce myself to him, meet him, see if our personalities matched or whatever. So I got in touch with John Johnson, who's also a good friend of mine now. John was his trainer in Tokyo, and John told me to come down to the gym that afternoon. I went down there and I met with John, and John saw that I was like I wasn't a creeper fan. You know, I just
You weren't gonna
genuine. No, because what I enjoy about being around successful guys, like the guys that are like Trump, regardless of your anybody's political views. I don't have an opinion on Donald Trump, but he's very successful.
Yeah.
So I try to surround myself with people who have been at the top level of what they do.
Yeah.
Whether it's pest control with Bart, that's why I'm here with
Yeah,
Bart,
thank
right?
you.
Or whether it's
Wow.
building with Trump, because I think you can learn things from each other. For sure, I think you definitely learn from guys that are at the top of their game. So I wanted to, when I met with John, I said, you know, I've always liked Buster, and I've always wanted to meet him and talk to him, especially about his psychology of how he overcame, arguably, like the self-proclaimed most dangerous man on the planet. And, so he put me in touch with him, and I went down and I met him, and straight off the get-go, we hit it off awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and that's been 12 years ago. Yeah, now James and I are really close, so it's awesome. He come over to the house there earlier this summer, and Robert cooked from not my house, but the house that we stayed in Columbus. We were up there for US Open qualifying. So it's great.
Yeah,
it's
that's
awesome.
awesome.
I actually have the right-hand glove that he knocked Tyson out with at my house.
Are you kidding?
Yeah. And I have Wahlberg's glove, black glove from the fighter. Yeah, both of them.
I told you
I
guys
should've
we
brought-
were
I should've brought
having a
this stuff-
celebrity
I should've
in
brought
here
this stuff
tonight.
in.
This is better
You
than a
should have
celebrity.
This guy is.
I thought
this
about
guy
bringing
is
that stuff.
insane.
That would've been cool.
This
Yeah.
guy is insane. Bart, how do you feel right now? Because I know he just put you in the category with
Donald Trump. Oh, man,
Yeah.
that's the only time ever.
All these successful people.
Vote Bart
will
Cole
say-
at City Council.
I will say this about Lorcan, though. I will say this about Lorcan. We have texted probably 15 or 20 times since I've known him. And no matter where he is, no matter what he's doing, he'll always text me back. I mean, he'll be like, Bart, I'm out of town right now. We're doing this. We're doing this. He even, last time we talked, I was like, how's Robert playing? He's like, oh, well, we're done. You know, he's just a great guy. I mean,
I appreciate that, man, but I also appreciate what Nelon-Cole does for the community here. You know, this Boiling Springs is really close to my heart, and I know that you guys are so much more than just a local company. So that's why I appreciate that stuff a lot. You guys are on about every charity endeavor that's on there where the logos can be. You guys are always there, and it's awesome.
Well, we know that you give a lot back to the community too. Tell us about some of the things you got coming up that you're doing to give back to the community.
Yeah, thanks, man. We Kimberly and I, we started. Kimberly, it's our last name, but she's not so much involved in it. I started it myself. I started the Morris Family Foundation, and what we do is we raise money through a number of fundraisers throughout the year, and then we try to give to the underprivileged athletes in Cleveland County schools. So we have a pretty strict criteria that you have to be enrolled in full-time education, and we'll give you whatever you need sports equipment wise.
Wow.
But if you're not enrolled in full-time education but you play your sport to a nationally recognized level, we're also going to help you out, because I realize that it's pretty hard to play to a national level and be in full-time education.
So you said you got Buster coming in. What are you doing? What are you guys doing?
Yeah,
Is he
we're going to
doing
do. We have not announced the official date yet, because we're still figuring out the dates. But we're going to do a bumper sports weekend. So on Friday night, we're going to have a dinner with Buster Douglas, and we're going to try to do it at Cleveland Country Club, who's one of my sponsors. I wear them on my shirt. They're awesome. And we're going to do a dinner with Buster, meet and greet. When you come through the door, you'll meet and greet with him. We'll do a dinner, and then we'll do a 40-minute question and answer afterwards on the stage. With an MC, and we'll literally walk around, and everybody in the crowd can ask him whatever questions they want. Buster's very personable. So I expect that to go on late into the night.
Right.
Then on Saturday, Sidney Michaels is going to do a golf clinic, which we're also going to try to do that at Cleveland Country Club, and then we're going to try to do a cocktail hour afterwards, where everybody can go around and talk to her, and then her and I are going to do an hour on the stage.
Wow.
With 7 years together on tour.
Yeah.
With all cell phones off and no holds barred, and you guys can ask us any player and caddy relationship questions that you want.
Awesome.
And I think we haven't set a price point yet. We're thinking like $150 for both nights.
Yeah.
Could anybody
per person.
come, or-
Anybody can come.
Nice.
Yeah.
With
so,
$150.
Yeah. I think we're looking at $90 if you just wanted to do one night, and $150 for the 2 nights.
Yeah.
And 100% of the money will go to charity.
Awesome.
Last year we were able to fund the girls' Crest Middle School. We bought them a volleyball net system.
Yeah.
And then we got the high school golf team. We were able to fund them with all of Greg Norman clothes for the year. So
That's awesome.
So that was good. And then we also were able to give a scholarship to the elementary school And then, we've done some good stuff. Clay Walker, last year, he was on tour, national touring all over the country with Tracy Lawrence. They played in Spartanburg. And then he got on his bus at midnight. We drove to Boiling Springs, and we played. He played for in the Vintage Dog, and we raised, I think,
Clay
about
Walker
$3
played in
grand.
the Vintage Dog.
Yeah. Yeah, did you not know that?
No, I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Wow.
Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah, he played in the
Skipping
Vintage Dog.
rocks, skipping
yeah.
rope.
Yeah, he played in the
laughing
Vintage
at all
Dog.
my
Yeah, and
best
we
friends' jokes.
we auctioned off the guitar that he used and the microphone that he used.
Wow.
That is so cool.
That
Yeah.
is cool.
Yeah.
That's
Now,
He
how did
signed
you
the
meet
wall.
Clay Walker? I mean,
I met
how
Clay
did this
at
happen?
Clay was our partner at the AT&T in Pebble Beach.
So you go from knowing Buster Douglas, who knocked out Michael Tyson, to Clay Walker, country music
Yeah.
singer. and
Well, now
star.
Clay has me to Pebble Beach every year now as his partner. He has the Clay Walker Invitational where they raise about $1 million a year for MS.
Well, I heard he
That's
had
awesome.
MS,
Yeah.
but he's doing pretty good
He's
though.
doing
isn't
good,
he?
yeah. So I try to pick one person from the local community every year. I get one guest at Pebble Beach. And last year I took Willie Hemrick. I don't know if you guys know Willie and Terry. Willie's awesome. He's retired from the energy plant in Cliffside. Really
Okay.
good friend of mine. Big donator to our foundation.
Yeah.
So I took Willie last year. And would you guys believe it or not, I asked probably 10 people this year. I get one guest, and it's completely free, all paid at Pebble Beach, with 2 free concerts from Clay Walker. Mark Wills was there this year. Couldn't get one person go with me. Not
you
one.
serious?
Yeah, well, Willie went again. Willie came twice.
That's-
Willie can always go to Pebble.
Well, you gotta ask the right people.
Yeah, I'm about to say that's because you didn't ask.
Yeah.
You didn't ask Justin.
Yeah.
Get out of here, Bart can do whatever.
But we were real fortunate to have Clay come do that, so it was great.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was really, really good.
that's amazing.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, that is awesome. That is awesome. So, so we can set up Buster Douglas, right, for
We're
this podcast?
definitely going to do that when he's
Yes,
here.
that
Yeah.
is
That'd be so amazing.
Yeah.
sweet.
We cannot guarantee what condition either of us will be in, but we will sit here and answer questions.
I'm all for it. We got the bleep.
Yeah.
We have the bleep.
Yeah,
We
do the
got to
bleep.
take a quick break, and when I get back, we'll talk about these rapid fire questions we have for you.
Yeah,
and
man.
You got
we'll
it.
do some college football picking.
Great.
Yeah, we'll be back.
Attention home buyers. Call Nelon-Cole Termite and Pest Control before purchasing your new home to avoid getting stuck with extensive damage, typically not covered by homeowners insurance. Nelon-Cole Termite and Pest Control will inspect your home for prior or present wood-destroying insects and moisture. Call Nelon-Cole Termite and Pest Control today to schedule your free estimate at 1-800-7-THE-WEB and receive $25 off any new service from Nelon-Cole Termite and Pest Control.
And we're back with Larkin, and man, we have came to the segment that we love, and this is rapid fire. This is lets the audience and get more knowledge about you and who you are and what you like and what you don't like. Bart comes up with these questions, not me.
All right.
So we'll let him take over, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, we like to ask these questions just to let our viewers and our followers know a little bit about you as a person. We call it rapid fire, 10 questions. Here we go. Which would you prefer, a ginger ale or a pale ale?
Ginger ale, because I don't know what pale ale is.
I didn't either. I didn't know that.
That'd be like an IPA.
Yeah, I'm definitely going ginger ale as well.
Titleist or Callaway, better golf ball?
I think they're both good, but I've only ever worked for players that play Titleist. So
Nice.
I actually never play the Callaway.
Better golf shoe, FootJoy or Adidas?
Adidas pay me large amounts of money.
look at that. Hey!
Definitely Adidas.
Money talks, bull. Well,
Better
a
brownie.
setup.
Better brownie, Betty Crocker or Duncan Hines?
Oh man,
This is tough.
I don't. No, neither one. I don't eat brownies.
you don't even,
I'm
what's your
from-
favorite dessert?
A key lime pie.
Oh,
by
man,
far.
that is good.
That's a good one. That's not
Yeah.
bad. That's
Yeah.
not bad.
T-bone steak or ribeye?
Oh, ribeye, 100%.
Ribeye, 100%.
All day long.
Who's the GOAT, Jack Nicklaus or Tiger Woods?
Tiger Woods by far.
Tiger
not
Woods?
even a question.
I hear you.
Yeah.
My
Most
man
people
said-
would
Not-
disagree with that.
Well, only because of his cut streak. His cut streak is
Yeah.
absolutely unbelievable.
That is true.
Yeah.
Better beer, Scraggy Bay or Guinness?
Guinness, because I don't know what Scraggy Bay is, but I'm sure I
What
drink
is
it.
Scaggy? What is,
I looked up Ireland's top beers for on Google.
Scraggy.
Because Scraggy Bay was number one.
No, I think-
He's never heard of it. He's from Ireland.
Scraggy Bay is like my third grade girlfriend's name.
That's terrible.
Better rock group, Rolling Stones or Pink Floyd?
Oh, Rolling Stones.
Atlanta Braves or the Dodgers?
Atlanta Braves, because my father-in-law loves them.
Better
There you go.
movie, Caddyshack or Happy Gilmore?
Oh, Happy Gilmore, way more realistic.
Happy Gilmore.
No
That's
way.
it. That's it for the rapid fire.
That is awesome. Happy Gilmore. You said it's more realistic.
Well, more realistic than Caddyshack.
Yeah.
but it's still not very realistic.
How many? Okay.
Yeah.
Has any professional golfer tried to hit the ball like Adam Sandler?
Oh, all
in
the
movie?
time. Yeah, look up. Patrick Harrington does it better than anybody.
Really?
Oh, he's unbelievable. He's got loads of videos on YouTube of doing it.
Wow.
Yeah, Harrington does it better than anybody.
That is awesome.
Yeah,
The price is wrong.
yeah.
I want to ask a question before we wrap it up. Did you ever get a chance to meet Payne Stewart?
I never did. I did not. No, but Mike Hicks, who caddied for Payne in 1999 U.S. Open, Mike's a very good friend of mine. He was living in Pinehurst, actually, and he just moved to Johnson City, Tennessee. So I'm going to get with him this fall. I never met Payne, but I feel like I have met him because I'm friends with Hicksy. Yeah, and everything I hear about Payne Stewart was just an absolute gentleman.
Yep.
Yeah, and Hellraiser when he came out and turned into a gentleman as he got older.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So we're going to go into some football picks now. I mean, we're asking the golfer.
Would not know one end of a football from the other.
Well, this
you
is gonna
probably
be-
should back
be
me
very
then. Probably
interesting.
should back my pick.
This is going to be awesome then. If you're betting, bet on all his picks.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they're going to. All right, first game is Friday night. Utah against the Oregon State Beavers.
I think the Utes pound the Beavers.
I'm going with Oregon because Garrigus is from Oregon.
There you go. Alan?
The Beavers take a beating.
Okay.
Oh, we just lost another camera. Oh, that may be it.
Oh, man.
That's it. That's my last battery.
The Beavers take a major whooping. Utah all the way. Penn State, Northwestern.
Penn State.
Northwestern, that's where Luke Donald went to school. And it's Ryder Cup week, and he's the captain.
This is
Nice.
unreal. He's picking by the golfers.
He is picking by the golfers.
Hey, that's
he
good
is
logic.
picking by the golfers. All right. I'm going to go Penn State. Alan?
Yeah, Penn State.
USC at Colorado.
This is going to be another beatdown for Colorado.
No.
Yeah, USC, just because they got a cool logo. My wife picks racehorses based on what they look like when we go to Ireland, so I'm gonna pick my football
Nothing
teams.
wrong with
She's
that.
she's never lost money.
You can never go wrong with the Trojan.
You think their defense? You think their defense will offer good protection?
I don't. Is it? What's wrong with
you don't
that?
think
Bart?
anything-
Why are you
Nothing's
red?
wrong with it.
Justin,
What?
do you believe that their offensive line gets penetrated?
Yeah. I hope they wrap it before they tap it.
Oh, God. Here we go. The floodgates are open.
They are open. Oh man, he said this was too nice of a podcast.
Yes, it's
We had to
Justin,
dress it
your
up.
camera's died, so we're just gonna have to show Bart the whole time you're talking.
Yeah,
That's
that'll
awesome.
be entertaining.
Can we not go to the widescreen?
dead, too. They're all dying.
We're all dead here. I hope you're loving the visual. Florida at Kentucky.
I'm gonna go with Kentucky on this one.
Me too. I like Kentucky.
Florida.
I'm going Gators as well. Georgia at Auburn.
You know, it's a big rivalry, but I've got to go Georgia. Auburn hadn't
I
shown
don't know
me.
anything about football, but I know that Georgia's usually pretty good. Really good.
Safe
Yep.
choice.
Georgia.
Georgia for me as well. Michigan at Nebraska.
Michigan and Nebraska's got nothing.
They got Cornhuskers.
Well, that's true. They do.
I like Ann Arbor, so I'm going to go with Michigan.
I will never pick a Matt Rule team again, ever.
Yeah, he did you dirty on the Panthers. I'm going to Michigan as well. Kansas and Texas. Is Kansas for real?
No.
Not yet. I'm not drinking in Kansas Kool-Aid at this time, so I'm going with Texas.
I'm going with Kansas because Gary Woodland had brain surgery this week, and he's a good Kansas boy.
Gary
Every
Woodland
pick.
did, really?
Yeah, sure did.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go Kansas too with that.
Yeah, there
Okay.
you go.
I mean-
I knew you had to. You weren't that much of a dick that you were going to.
Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh.
You're right. Missouri at Vanderbilt.
I'm going Missouri.
Vanderbilt because I like Nashville.
I love his reasoning for picks.
Hey, it makes sense to me.
Yeah, I love
They're
Nashville
convincing.
too. I love Nashville too.
Why does Vanderbilt even have a team?
That's a good question. LSU at Ole Miss.
Golly, that's tough. I'm going to Ole Miss at home.
LSU, because Garth Brooks does a great Baton Rouge song. He did it. I was at it in Dublin. It was awesome.
Operator, won't you put me
Yeah.
on through?
Yeah.
Down to Baton Rouge.
So you
We
saw
lost another camera. We're down to
We're
this one.
down to just our celebrity.
Yeah, and
Which
so
is
if
fine.
you're watching this, it's a lot of audio, but you get to look at Larkin the whole time.
Yeah.
So for the last,
He's a lot
probably
more famous
10
than both of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pull your chairs around.
For
Let's
about
all,
the
let's all
last
get in.
last 10 minutes, you get to look at Larkin. So wait a minute, Garth Brooks, you saw Garth Brooks.
And I had Dublin last year. He played 7 nights, and I went on the last night at Croke Park. 104,000 people. It was awesome.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was great.
That's not that many.
No, it isn't. Unless they're all from Ireland and really drunk, then it's a lot.
That's awesome. I'm going to go LSU as well. Oregon and Stanford.
Oregon.
Oregon, because Garrigus is from there again.
Ducks.
This is the
Stanford,
Ducks.
are they not? They're really smart. There's no way they have enough time for books and practice.
In practice, that's true. I'm going Ducks as well. Iowa State at Oklahoma.
I got to go Oklahoma on this one.
Iowa State, because we spent 4th of July in Davenport this year, and it was awesome. I can tell you
All
stories.
these reasons have
I
nothing to do
yeah,
with football.
nothing at all. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
I never claimed to be smart, though, about
I'm
football.
telling you right now, somebody's going to be rich off of these picks.
Yeah,
I'm telling
yeah,
you right
you're
now,
exactly
it's
right.
going to happen. It's going to happen. Notre Dame at Duke.
I'm
go.
definitely going for the Leprechauns. For the,
We got to go Notre Dame.
Yeah, we do actually. I mean,
Yeah.
my man's here.
yeah.
Alan, you're going Duke?
I'm going Duke. Duke's tough this year.
Duke is
At Duke, that could be, Notre
telling
Dame's
you.
coming off a letdown.
game
That
day
could
is
be,
going to be there.
yeah.
What's the other word for Duke?
Puke.
There you go. I'm going Notre Dame as well. South Carolina and Tennessee. At Tennessee.
Oh, that has to be the only 10 I see. That's got to be Tennessee.
Yes!
Has to be.
Yes!
After last year, if Tennessee don't whip the crap out of South Carolina, it's going to
I'm
be
no longer
awful.
going to be a fan.
I got to go Vols.
I'm definitely going involved with Alan.
Nah, balls.
Larkin, I love your pickup line right there. The only 10 I see, brother. Yes. Tennessee all the way. Go Vols. Alabama, Mississippi State.
Let's go Bama on this one. It's going to be close, though.
I know that Alabama, they always talk about if Alabama could beat a pro team, right?
Yeah, that's what
They
they
do.
say.
Not this
Yeah,
year.
so
what they
there's got to be Alabama.
Alan,
Yeah, I'm going Tide.
I'm going to go Bama as well. Washington at Arizona.
Washington, but Arizona will play them tough.
Yeah, sounds good to me. I don't know anything about either of them.
You don't have a story?
doesn't know.
I have a
Anybody
story
from
for both, but
Washington.
neither of them are worth telling.
So we got, all right, let's pick on the mascot. Washington Huskies or the Arizona Wildcats?
Well, a Wildcat in Arizona sounds fun,
There you go.
especially if it's border town.
He's going with the upset. Alan, what you got?
I'll go with the upset as well.
Because there's another name for cat, right? Wildcat.
I don't.
Like a baby cat. What's it called?
What is it called?
I don't know. What is it called?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know if we're going to go down that road. I don't know.
I can't.
I'm not going to go down that road. I'm not going to go down that road. I'm not. Nevada against Fresno State.
I don't know. I'll go with whatever Lorcan says on that one.
Nevada. Yeah, Nevada for sure. I was in Las Vegas airport, stuck overnight on Sunday.
I'm sure you were.
Yeah, I was. With a wild cat.
I was stuck overnight, accidentally, missed my flight.
Oh man. I'm
His
gonna
reasoning's
go.
good enough for me. I'm sticking with Nevada too.
You're gonna go Nevada too.
Why not?
I want to know why you were stuck at the airport.
But I was stupid and I booked on Spirit Airlines like a dummy. Yeah. Trying to save money. Never
This
works
segment
out.
brought to you by Spirit Airlines.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Nevada as well, man. This is so that wraps up our college football picks. Larkin, it's been a pleasure, man. We have really appreciate you being here with us this evening, and man, what an awesome information! Just a great guest. The best guest we've had so far. No disrespect to Mr. Coach Will Banks, but by far the best guest so far.
I appreciate you guys having me on here.
I
Thanks a
knew
lot.
this
Thanks
was
for all you
gonna-
guys do for the community as well.
No problem.
It's awesome.
Yeah, so we'll be back next week on Mind Your Business. Stay tuned for the next podcast. It's going to be just as good, hopefully. I mean, this is going to be hard to beat, but man, what a great guest. Thank you again, Lorcan, for being with us. If you want to check us out, get us on Facebook, YouTube, all those information, all those outlets. Again, this is brought to you by Nelon-Cole Termite and Pest Control, as well as Nelon-Cole Moisture and Water. However, and wherever you're watching this, have a great night, great morning, great afternoon, twilight, midnight, all that stuff. We'll see you next week. Have a good one.